Wait for a couple more people to get up in here. See what's going on. Yo, what's going on, man? How you doing? Glad, man. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Kind of wanted to go on live, man. And get started talking about this Knicks talks, man. I kind of, absolutely, man. Kind of went on. Kind of did a quick hitter the other day. People was killing me, man. They was destroying me. They was like, "Yo, too much of this fake news, man." But it wasn't fake. I was giving exactly what the news was at the moment. And Begley had broke something, man, which I thought was breaking news at the time. It's a big deal, with talks of IQ, possibly, being on his way too. They're looking at IQ also. That's something that people got to pay attention to, man. Because here's the thing: if it dropped that the Knicks is sending IQ and Cam Reddish and picks for, I don't know, Devin Book or something crazy, people gonna be like, "Oh, that should have never happened." But I'm just saying. So you always got to touch on it, man. You know what I'm saying? You have guys like Ian Begley, and those guys are really close and connected, man. So if there's whispers, most of the time it's true, right? You know what I mean? If you're hearing that, IQ's in talks, right? They're pretty much mentioning him. I'm sure teams are asking, "Hey, look, what do you want for IQ?" Now, if the Knicks are saying no, then that's cool. But people are still asking about IQ, so you got to kind of touch on that. So kind of wanted to get on here and discuss, man. Also, too, I have the headliner, man. It's Thibodeau because, I mean, hey, man, do you see the type of minutes that these guys are playing? You see what's going on with these guys? I mean, take a look. I mean, look at Randall, man. People now he didn't play well the other night, right? He didn't. Let's be honest. But man, you have to really take a look at. You have to see how many minutes he's logged up on that West Coast trip up until now. Think how much Randall has been playing, especially with RJ going down. What was expected from him during those games, especially the game out there in San Antonio, Houston. Remember the game in Dallas, right? Where Luka went crazy with 2 seconds left, right? Randall played like the whole game. So I mean, so he's gonna have a stinker like what he had. I mean, he's tired. Yeah, he's playing. I mean, these guys are playing playoff minutes, man. Jay Dragon, what's going on, man? I appreciate you coming by. I truly, truly do. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate you coming by, checking out my show. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, sir. But yeah, man, is a higher Spreewell. I don't know, man. I remember the school I was going to, man, in college, man. I remember when Spreewell got drafted. I'm saying my age now. I'm giving away my age. I remember when Spree got drafted. And we was cracking jokes when we walked into the gym because the Knicks used to practice where I was at. And people was calling him the Strangler. You remember that's when he choked PJ Carlissimo. Remember that? And when he came through the gym, people was calling him the Strangler. He looked back, look at us. We dipped up out the gym. I remember that, man. I remember that's a great memory I have. That's when Knicks had Allen Houston and all that. I was there for all that. I was in college, man. But yeah. See, but I just don't like what I think. My opinion. That's why I used the footnote like I did. Here after your word, I feel that. But I use the thing with Tibbs, the footnote with Tibbs from my show tonight because the way he's playing these guys, to me, it's like he's coaching for his job. That's how he's playing them. He's playing them like he understands that. Listen, man, if things don't work out, there's a possibility I could be out of here. That's what it seems like he's doing to me. He's coaching for his livelihood. There's no way you're playing guys playoff minutes if you feel safe and secure in your job. You're not doing that. Look at last night. Look what Carlisle did with the Pacers. He wasn't playing them crazy minutes because he's securing his job. So if we lose tonight, that's okay. We're still in the hunt with the playoffs. We dropped down to the 7th seed. We're okay. He was okay, right, with that. Think about that. I appreciate you subscribing, J Dragon. Thank you, man, so much for that. So think about that, right? But Tibbs, he's playing him like, you know what I'm saying? What you got here? I've been a Knicks fan since forever and was lucky to see them win 2 chips. Wow, beautiful, man. Beautiful, 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 man. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's a little bit before my time, man. But yeah, so that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, man. Let me tell you something. There's no place better to win in the city. Period. And if the Knicks are winning, oh man, this city is on fire. I've said that before in a couple of my shows, a couple of my live shows. I remember those 90 runs, man. I was in college during that time, and I remember how electric the city was with Ewing and them boys. It was something. I'm getting chills right now thinking about it, because you knew that no matter what, the Knicks were in the hunt. They were either top 4 or top 5 best teams in the league. That's where the Knicks were. Jay Supreme, what's going on, brother? How are you? Thanks for coming by, man. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. But I appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much, man. I truly do. They were always in the hunt. They were right in the thick of it. And it was a beautiful time in this city. There was nothing better, man. Nothing better. Whoever comes to this town and wins a chip will be a best. Exactly. That's why I thought back when LeBron did the speech, when he did that joint up there in White Plains, I believe it was, right? The YMCA. I said, oh, he coming to New York. Why would he be at the YMCA like in White Plains? Why would he do that? I thought he was coming. When he made that decision to go to Miami, I almost knocked my TV over, man. I was so mad. I said, yo, that's a sucker move, man. I said, ain't no way. I said, yo, the seat is too hot here. He couldn't deal with it. Tim, what's going on? Tim, how you doing? Salute King, first time subscriber. Been a Knicks fan since the Cartwright, Gerald Wilkins, and Kenny Skywalker. Yeah, man. Y'all, that's when I started becoming a fan. That's going back. I remember Trent Tucker. I remember when Trent Tucker hit the 3 to beat the Bulls in the corner. I remember that. That's when I first became a fan. I was young. I was watching the game with my pops. True story, my man. That's when around that time when that team. So so Tim, that's cool, because that was right before we got yeah, man. That's right before we got Oakley. Because remember, when we made the trade for Cartwright, that's when we got Oakley from Chicago. And Cartwright went to Chicago, and the stories go, Cartwright told Jordan, you do that again, I'm gonna break your legs. Remember that? That was that was the story that was out there, was going on in Chicago with Cartwright. Okay, J Dragon, I blame Riley for not substituting Starks in the 6th game with the Houston. Yeah, man, Starks was not producing. He should have replaced him with Anthony. Absolutely, man. Pat the Rat. You know what I mean? That's what we call him, right? But yeah, that was a tough one. I thought the Knicks had it. When the Knicks went up 3-2 from the Garden, and we went back to Houston, I said, oh, it's a wrap. We're gonna get one of these. And that 6th game, man, when he was throwing up bricks, man, I mean, I was like, yo, man, he couldn't throw it in the ocean, man. That broke my heart. But what broke my heart even more, I have to be honest, what broke my heart even more was Charles Smith, man. When he was going up, yo, man, I was young, but I was screaming at the television, yo, you gotta dunk that shit. Excuse my language, right? That's what I was screaming. I was so upset. I remember, man. I remember the agony. And like, true story, guys, true story. Maybe about 10 years ago, I went into this barbershop where I'm living at. And guess who I see sitting in the chair, getting his haircut? Charles Smith. True story. He got up. I wanted to scream and say to him, yo, my man, you should have dunked that shit, right? I swear, I wanted to say it, but he look older. He had gray hair, But I never, as we know, Knicks fans, you never forget a face. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's a true story about Charles Smith. Jason Freeman, I should have kicked him out of the chair. I know, man. I know I should have kicked him out of the chair, but I would, you look when we all been in the barbershop, so you kind of look, you like, I know this guy. I was like, yo, that's Charles Smith. It's like, yo, man. True story. True story. My favorite Knicks player was when Cassie Russell dunked between the original Twin Towers of Wilt and Mel Counts. Wow, dude, that's before me, man. That's before me. I wish I would have seen it, but that's before me. That's before me. It's before me. Beautiful, man. Love talking these Knicks talks, man. But listen, guys. Let's get to the topic. Listen, is Tibbs safe? Is his job safe? For the way he's playing these guys, it's going to catch up. Remember, guys, we're mid-season now. We're mid-season. We're in a beautiful place. We're at the 6th seed, but this is mid-season. We're close to the All-Star. That's why he's doing the All-Star bidding. We're close to the All-Star game. All-Star game always kind of tells you that's like the midpoint of the season. And then after the All-Star game, it's always the playoff push, right? So, is Thibodeau's job safe? Right? Yeah, no, listen. Jay Supreme, yeah, absolutely. No one expected this. But here's the thing that I have to throw out there. And this is where I'm worrying. I'm not excited about the over 500. I'm happy, right? I don't want my team to stink, so I'm happy. But I'm worried because now we're at the point now to where you say to yourself, okay, we're looking good, but guys are starting to look tired. And it's too early to start looking tired. We're only midway. We got 40-something more games to go, or 30, 39, I believe, right? 39, 38. Now we got to be getting into that second gear, right? You saw Randall last night. Randall looks shot. He looks finished, man. He looked like, yo, man, I need to have a month off, right? That's how, Tim, that's what I'm talking about it, Tim. See, you saying Tibbs got to go, period. I feel you, but that's what I'm talking about it, right? So now you got to say to yourself, all right, man, Randall's been playing. Oh, man, Randall's been playing fabulous. You got to give it to him, guys. He's been playing fabulous. So now you got to say, okay, what is Randall going to look like 20 games from now, right? Is he going to be ready, especially when the playoffs kick in, guys? And I think that's what happened in that Hawks series. He was shot, man. He was tired. And Thibodeau has been known to run his guys. Listen, man. I'm telling you, I was there. I was there with those Knicks teams. I'm telling you, where I went to school at, and Thibodeau was on that coaching staff with Ewing and all them boys. Allen Houston. I remember Rick Brunson. He was there. True story. Another story. Another story time. Rick Brunson. I was on the basketball team. Rick Brunson was playing one of my homeboys one-on-one because the kids was talking crap to him when the Knicks were coming to the gym. He said, I could beat you, I could beat you, I could beat you. Right? True story. Rick Brunson said, all right, tomorrow, come to the gym. So, you know me, I want to see what's up. So I go to the gym just to get some shots up, right? Rick Brunson is playing my man one-on-one. And he told the kid, yo, you beat me, I'm going to give you some sneakers. Remember, everybody don't know Rick Brunson with the Temple, right? So Charlie Ward came upstairs. Telling you guys a true story here. Charlie Ward came upstairs from downstairs because the Knicks locker room was downstairs. My team's locker room was upstairs. They practiced at my school, like I said. Charlie Ward came upstairs. Rick was check the ball. He passed it to him. He told Charlie Ward, yo, go get me my sneakers, my locker. Charlie Ward turned around and went to go do it. I was like, yo, hold up. Charlie, ain't you starting over him? How he giving you orders? Listen to this true story, guys. I'm not making this stuff up. True story. Charlie went, got him sneakers, bang, bang, boogie. I got a lot of stories, man. I got a lot of stories. I'll be dropping them through sometimes. I should do a memoir, but I'm not going to do it. But that's true story. True story. Right? So I was there. Like I would see because Van Gundy didn't really they ran practice, but not really. But when the conditioning came, that was Tibbs. Remember, Thibodeau was on that coaching staff. I remember. And what was the guy's name? The trainer was something Michael, right? I forget his name. If you guys remember his name, but I used to see him all the time. He actually gave me like an ankle brace one time. I sprained my ankle. I was like, yo, I need ankle braces. I got you. He says it's gonna be kind of big because most of my guys have big sizes. So I said it's gonna be okay. But it was a trainer for the Knicks. Something Michaels. If you guys remember his name, put it in the chat, please. So I remember because when the Knicks practice, they locked the gym. But they had a window that you could see the Knicks. You can go upstairs, you could see them practicing. So Thibodeau will be running them, man. I'll be like, yo, man, it'll be suicides on steroids. On steroids. And it would be like a day before they got to like play the Pacers or something like that. True story. And he's been known for like running his guys into the ground. Into the ground. You guys can look it up. I mentioned it before. Tracy McGrady talks about this. Tracy McGrady talks about, yo, man, this guy Thibodeau, he's out of control, man. Yao came back from an injury. Thibodeau's running him hard like he's yo, man, Chow, what's going on, man? I appreciate you coming through, man. If you didn't subscribe, please subscribe. But thank you, man. Thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate you popping in, man, Chow. Atlantic. Listen, I'm telling you that hey, man, listen. Allegedly, right? That's the reason why D Rose tore his ACL. I don't know, but they say Tibbs be running you, man, running you into the ground. So now fast forward, guys, today. Did you see Randall last night? Did you see him? He looks finished, man. And I'm stressing this because we're not even close to the playoff push where we really got to fight for maybe seeding. You never know. We could possibly catch the Cavaliers and get in that 5th spot. Or who's in the 4th spot? Is it the Nets? You never know. Listen, you never know. But you got to have reinforcements. So to me, he looks like a guy that's coaching for his job. Like he's terrified because he know if things don't work out, I'm out of here. We ain't going anywhere as long as Tibbs is the coach. Hey, man, I feel you on that. I have no faith in this team. Listen, man, I feel you. You know what it is? It's relationships go farther than anything. I'm just hoping that because of most of these guys are young, that they'll have the legs to come. Listen, man, I played. A lot of you guys played too, probably. I don't care how young you are. You get tired, it's tired, man. Your body, it catches up to you. Especially if you're playing. Listen, I'm not talking about you playing 20 minutes. They're in the league, not summer league, not college, in the league, in the NBA. These guys are playing 40 minutes. There's no way their body's gonna break down. The playoffs is tougher. You got to beat a team 4 times out of 7. 4, not 2 out of 3, not 3 out of 5, 4 out of 7, man. You know how much basketball that is? Come on. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. So my concern is that they're not going to have enough in the gas tank to really, really push them through to this. That's what I'm worried about. And yes, I'm glad that you said that about the young legs, man. I'm hoping too, but I know that's not realistic, man. It's just not. And so that's why, to me, the Deuce, Obi, and Sims, I'm going to touch on that. I agree with that, but that's where you need guys, you need reinforcements. They got to hurry up and make this trade to try to pretty much get rid of Cam Reddish or Fourier. You gotta get guys on the bench. You have to. You gotta spread out these minutes. Of course, because fatigue, man, child, you're right. They're tired. Listen, when you get tired, man, the first thing that goes your legs. Your legs are shot. You have no lift on your jump shot. You have no lift on the layup. Period. RJ came back last night. He should have played like 30 minutes. We played 41 minutes. 41. I hear people complaining. RJ looked terrible in the fourth. Of course he looked terrible. He's coming back from being down. He was down. How many games were we out? 6 games? How many games were we out? People put in the chat. I think it was 6 games. Right? So he's done. He's shot. So he comes back. He's playing 41 minutes. Where? But yet, Cam Reddish has got to earn minutes. Come on, man. This guy, he thinks people are slow. Like, come on, man. Like, knock it off with that. Come on. We need a Crowder and Melo to add to the bench. Man, Melo, man. Melo's my guy, man, but he's not Melo. It's painful because Tibbs ain't going nowhere. Agreed. We are the 60. Ball stopped moving in the fourth quarter. Yes, it did. Okay. Hey, Rondo, what's going on, man? How you doing? I appreciate you coming by. Thank you for coming by, sir. I truly, truly do. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. But thank you for coming by, man. I truly do, man. Listen, guys, I keep on saying thank you because this is a blessing. You guys don't have to be here. You really don't. You could be out chilling, doing whatever. It's a Thursday before Friday. And I just appreciate you coming by, man, and chopping it up. We just talking Knicks and talking basketball. So I really, truly appreciate all you guys in here, man. I truly, truly do. And you don't have to agree with me. It's cool. I just love talking, man. You know what I mean? This basketball stuff. So I appreciate you guys doing it. J Dragon, I played a pretty mean game, but I was small at 5'8", and I could grab the rim. I heard at least on one occasion, you better cover that white boy. He can shoot. Oh, you had the ratchet? Oh yeah, come on, man. If you could pull from the parking lot, you the man. You know that. And you grabbing rim, okay. Experience to help that second unit. Tim, that's a good point. I understand experience is good, but I think mainly not to play though, right? Like, because we need guys that's going to get minutes. And I'm not talking about he's giving guys. See, Tibbs is giving guys 9 minutes. No, they need like 15 to 20 minutes. You got to balance it out. Like you have to. Guys need to feel like, okay, cool. I got time to rest, man. I can kind of get my legs back, and I feel like the second unit is going to be able to kind of hold on to the lead. So when I come back, maybe, I don't know, if I sit down at the end of the third, I come back maybe mid-fourth quarter, now I can close the game out. Now I could be the closer because I done rested, got a little of that Gatorade. You know what I mean? Now I'm ready to go. I'm ready to close it out, close the show, right? So that's what you need. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Our second unit is good, but line, here's the problem. It hurts because, remember, IQ used to be coming off the bench, and it used to be him and Grimes and Obi. That used to be a great unit, right? But see, now you got Grimes starting, and now, because of the injury, so IQ doesn't really come off the bench with anybody. And then he took Derrick Rose out. See what I'm saying? Like, he's messed up the lineup. Now, yes, we're winning games, but in the long run, man, the season is a marathon, not a sprint. I'm going to say it again. The season is a marathon, not a sprint. It doesn't matter what your record is mid-season. It matters what your record is at the end. But if you ain't got enough gas in the tank, it doesn't matter what it is. So that, to me, that's the concern, right? But if, you guys are just coming in, like I said earlier, I think he's just playing for his job. I think he's playing for that, and coaching for that. I think he's coaching for that, and that's why. You don't know what the rumblings are behind the scenes, man. Now, I don't know if you guys saw. I think when did he win his 100th game? Was it in Toronto? Toronto, he won his 100th game, I think. Wherever it was. If you guys saw behind the scenes, Leon was there. Leon popped up, right? He's hiding in the back somewhere in the garden, hiding in the bushes, hiding on top of the roof. You don't know where Leon is. You see World Wide West, but you don't see Leon, right? So he pops up, and he hands Tom Thibodeau the ball. He makes a little comment, curses at him or something like that. I saw that exchange, and it was like an exchange with brothers, right? Oh, nice. You was in attendance? Oh, that's sweet, man. That's sweet you was in attendance. I'm gonna be at the game. I'm gonna be at the game this Wednesday when we play the Wizards next week. I'm gonna be there. So they made an exchange, right? It looked like an exchange with brothers, how brothers talk to each other. And I said to myself, I said, yo, man, I said, he's not going anywhere. He's not. Because the relationship is too in depth. Like they're very, very close. Obviously, going back to the CAA days, because if I'm correct, Leon Rose used to represent Thibodeau. So this is deeper than basketball, guys. This is deeper than basketball. And to me, that's the problem. You could never mix business with pleasure. You can never do that. You can never get it should never be personal. It should always be business, especially in this time in this line of business, right? But that exchange right there, I said, okay, he's not going anywhere. And if his resume is like, yo, look, I got coach of the year, I got this team, excuse me, I got this team without getting Donovan Mitchell to the playoffs. We're the sixth seed fighting for the fifth seed. I got us there. You present that to Dolan, there's no way they're going to get rid of him. No way. No way. Okay, let me go back here. Let me go back. I didn't neglect you guys, just making a point. Being old school, I think Jay Dragon, what's going on? Being old school, I think the 3-point ruined the game. Okay. That and all the traveling, I think maybe the rules should be changed. No dribbling allowed, no shots inside the arc. Yo, yeah, they be traveling like crazy, man. They're taking 5 steps. The team is playing for each other's right, not right now, not Tibbs. Ooh, I like that. This ain't going anywhere. Leon firing Tibbs means that he effed up, right? I'm going to the next Knicks game at Barclays on the 28th. Always take my opportunity to hate on the frauds across the river. That's right, man. That's right. That's they like frauds, man. I'm glad you said that. I love that. The pets. 10. Julius did right by calling that team meeting. He knew Tibbs was losing the team. Got to respect that. Agreed. Jay Supreme. This team is overachieving right now. They're in a playoff contention, and nobody saw that happening. Agreed, Jay. I agree. They are overachieving. They are. But once again, I think they're overachieving. I think because he's playing his starters the amount that he's playing, right? And Brunson has been a godsend, guys. We gotta give it up. Brunson is. I knew he was good, but he's better than advertised. He really, really is. I remember seeing him in college play. He's legit, right? He's legit. But you know that transition, that transition from college to NBA is always tough. But he's made it smooth, right? So he's legit. So that was a steal that we got. And Atlantic, he's definitely saving his team. I totally agree with that, right? I think he should be going to the All Star game. I don't think there's a better point guard in except Kyrie, right? I'll give to that team, of course, Roger Kyrie's the truth, right? But listen, guys, we got him on a steal too. We got him on a steal. We got him on a great deal. Great deal. I think he's making $100 million or something like that. We got him on a steal. So I know when it's time to re-up, we're gonna have to pay him. If we do something like go to the finals or something like that, we're gonna have to pay him. You know what I mean? Because he was the first, he was the first person to kind of come and sign with us if we get more pieces, right? So, but that's the thing. Go back to what I was saying. But that's the thing. So if he wins, there's really nothing Dolan those guys could do because his resume, it's like being at a job. It's like, listen, man, you may not like me, but I'm producing. So what do? Do you get rid of Tibbs? Because you don't know what else you're going to get. Now, I don't think it's going to be that hard. I don't, but if Tibbs and Leon have such a great relationship and such a great rapport, Leon could be in Dolan's ear like, listen, man, look what this guy just did. We shouldn't even be where we're at, right? So it's just talking, man. Jay Dragon, I no longer live in New York. I moved down to VA. Okay. Tennessee, KY border. Couldn't. Okay. Yeah, I got family down there, man. Man, child, without Brunson, we will be in a lottery conversation right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jay Dragon, handle any more winters, but Knicks fans forever. Of course, man. Of course. The winters is brutal out here, man. I'm actually about to make that move too, man. A couple of options I'm thinking of. But yeah, man, I agree. The winters are no joke. It's whack up here in the wintertime. It is. So that's the thing, right? So that relationship. So with that, that's why I don't think he's going anywhere. And I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. I don't. Because of his relationship with Leon, I think him and Leon are locked in. I think they're really, really close. And I think this goes deeper than basketball, like I said. So I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. So we just got to buckle up. But what could honestly, what could light a fire to make them make a change is if we totally fall off the map at the second half of the season, lose like 10, 12 in a row because guys are tired. We have no reinforcements. Guys aren't playing the way they should, right? And guys maybe start getting injured and stuff like that. That's what could say, all right, you know what? Enough's enough. You got to go. Because, guys, let's be honest, right? Is Tibbs really coaching his team, or is Johnny Bryant going up there whispering in his ear every 2 minutes and Tibbs makes a change? That to me, that's what's going on. I see that every game. Tibbs is up there staring into space, and then you see Johnny Bryant come up whispering in his ear. He go, oh, okay, yeah. Sims, come on, Sims, come on, Sims. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Okay, so why don't you sit down and put Johnny Bryant right there? Why don't you do that? Because you obviously are not connected to the game. Because Johnny Bryant is coming and telling him, I'm watching it every single play. Call a timeout. This one's got fouls. This is what's going on. Now, I get it. You have assistant coaches that do help out with that. But I think he's doing a little bit more than that. I think so. Period. The best way to get rid of Tibbs is to promote the guy out of the head coach position. Ooh. Okay, and put him where? Where would you put him? Okay. Jay Dragon. People on my case when I rag on the Knicks. I earned the right. No, you did, man. Been doing this a long time, man. You definitely have earned the right. Tim, I would like to see them fire Tibbs ASAP and see what Johnny Bryant can do for the remainder of the season. Agreed. Where has Sims been? He is my favorite at the time. I hope he pans out. I think he has the skills. Yo, Sims' potential is through the roof, man. It's through the roof. I played ball a long time. He's got all the goods. He just needs somebody to work with him on his post moves. But the physical tools, he's top tier, man. He's at the top. To me, this team is not being maximized. We are seeking what a good head coach can do. Look at what Brian Dable did with that. Oh, come on, man. That's the line. Not right now. Not right now. It's not G-Man time, okay? It's almost Sunday. But for the love of this, for the love of God, this tip system is not sustainable. It's not. Bad idea that we'll have a bunch of 40-year-olds in our starting lineup. J Dragon, put him in the front office. Okay. That would be tough. Put Tibbs in the front, because what's he gonna do, man? What choices is he gonna make? I think he needs to go retire, man. Go do what Van Gundy's doing. That's what I think. iHeart has no business to be on the court. Yeah, man. Sim should talk to Akeem. Yeah, he should talk to Akeem Dream. Or he should talk to Kareem. See, this is crazy, man, because, and this is where I say, sometimes these guys, these NBA lifers, sometimes may not adjust well with the times, with the games, and how it's being played, right? I'm not putting Tibbs in the front office. You have no young players or 40-year-olds. Yeah, I think Tibbs will do well with the Lakers, man. I think he'll do well. Oh, with LeBron and the crew, man. They got a whole bunch of old cats over there. I just saw the vid that Grounds posted on Instagram, and bro damn near touched the rim with his shirt. John Morant hops on a 7-footer is what Sims is. Yeah, John Morant, yeah, he's the truth. This team needs a young coach who can relate to the youth. I agree with that. Tim, what's going on? I believe the team will buy into what Johnny Bryant has to say. Agreed. They will play hard for him. Agreed. Jay, put him in the front office where they are not going to listen to him. Jay Dragon, I mean, but why would you put him in the front office? Like, for what reason? Is that just like because you're giving him like a reward for for what he's done? I think if he goes, he's got to go. He can't have his hands in nothing, like messing around with anything. Yep, he's not a developmental coach. He wants to coach experienced players. He's a win now coach, definitely. He's been in the league too long, man. He's been in the league too long. He's not. It's hard for him to relate. That's why Johnny Bryant is on that bench. And quiet as kept. If people know the background, Johnny Bryant was the main reason that Spider Mitchell wanted to come to New York because he wanted to play with Johnny Bryant. That was just his boy. He wanted to play with him. Know that. Oh yes, agreed. I see what you're saying. You're saying to kind of make it a smooth transition where you say, all right, look, man, we're not going to fire you because we don't want you to look bad. So we'll give you a front office position and then finish paying off his contract and then give Johnny Bryant like a smooth transition. Oh, I see that. Okay. He ain't getting fired by Leo. Right. Jason, he said, no. Right. Yeah. I don't agree with it, man. I mean, but I see what Jay Dragon is saying. He's saying just give him something to pay him off and then get him up out of here as opposed to, right. I see what he's saying, but I'm in the mindset of I just don't want his hands on this at all. Like I just don't, because he's very rigid guy and he's stuck in his ways, man. And those guys are very, very hard to change, right? You know, you don't want him getting and mixing and touching and saying we should trade this player. Like, you don't want that, man, because what him and management have done with this Cam Reddish thing is crazy, man. I mean, what they're doing to this kid is just I don't understand it, and I don't know why. And you're hurting this guy's career, right? So to me, you hurt him more than he helped him, because a smart person would say, you know what? Let me give this guy an opportunity to maybe, get his trade value up, and we can move him. But to sit him on the bench and don't play him at all, it's, to me, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what any Woj, Ian Begley, anybody. To me, it looks personal. There's something that's going on. There's something to me that probably happened in practice. Something that got underneath Tibbs' skin. And Tibbs don't like the kid. And they have an issue. They might have had an argument in practice. Something might have happened where they went back and forth. And Tibbs said, okay, watch this. Because I didn't want to play you anyway. I don't know why they made the trade. So you know what? You're not playing. Let's get him out of here. That, to me, that's what it seems like. Because there's no way you don't play that kid. There's no way. We need guys like that. So this doesn't. So to me, that's the only thing. And I'm saying that to Tibbs because I'm saying there's no way. He's been coaching basketball for so long. There's no way you sit there and tell me that kid can't play basketball. We watched enough games. He can definitely contribute. So why isn't he getting in to where you can spell RJ, give him a time to rest? You could spell Randall, give him time to rest. Because remember, he could play the 2 or the 3. So give him time to relax. And getting these guys aren't getting. Why would you do that to the kid? To me, it's deeper than that. It definitely is. Jay Supreme, let me go back here. Excuse me. Buy him out or let him go. He's stuck in his ways, right? That's a buyout. It's possibly. J Dragon. There's a chance firing him or promoting him for an office. I get the firing, but I don't know what the next Brassman thing. Okay, I see that too. Cam is going to have a bowl arc. Once he gets in a true opportunity, I like that. Away from the senseless coach, he will blossom. Agreed, Atlantic. I agree. I don't like how they're treating Cam. Definitely, we can use him right, man. In close games, we could have won. Agreed, Tim. I think something happened between Tibbs and Campus. But man, child, I stopped saying the same thing. We're saying the same thing. I think something happened, man. I definitely do. They ain't playing Cam because he's getting traded and then I risking him getting hurt. That's not happening. No, that's not true, Jay. I don't agree with that. I'm sorry, brother, man. I don't agree with that. You and Tibbs never wanted Cam. Yeah, he didn't. He didn't want him in the first place. Cam Sims play power forward. Wasn't a power forward in college. Yeah. Cam needs to stay healthy. That's his biggest problem. No, I agree, Jay. He does need to stay healthy. But what I'm saying is, if you're in the business of winning games, right, which the Knicks are, he's an extra 6 fouls. So regardless of anything, he can defend, which he's shown that he can do. He can get his own bucket, right, which he's shown he can do. Now, no one is saying he's Paul George. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that he's a good enough player that he can get 10 to 15 minutes a night and spell those guys. A smart coach would use him in moments to keep the lead. The league goes down to 7 if it's 10 or 6. All right, cool. Let's get the starters back in. But he gave those guys time to rest. A smart coach would do that. Open the day. Yeah, man. He get Atlantic, exactly. Hit that big short shot in the corner. I tell you one thing, that front office better get it together before Dolan gets involved and fires everybody. Agreed. Tibbs doesn't trust Cam. I've seen him defend well some games, and then other games he just lost out there. Right. I listen, Jay. I agree. I've seen it too. But what I'm saying is, you still need him, man. You still need him. You still need him because we're shorthanded. He's not playing. He's not playing Fourier. Now he's playing him, but wasn't playing for. He's not playing Derrick Rose, which I'm surprised by because that's his boy, right? And he sometimes plays Sims. He said, so you need bodies. So we're gonna play RJ and them the whole game. Basically, yeah, because those guys are playing 40, 41 minutes until someone goes down and tears their knee up. Man, child, we gave up a first round pick from Knox for Cam to ride. Yeah, that just makes no sense, man. That's why I'm saying it's more to it. What is Knox doing? He isn't even riding the bench. I don't know. I think Knox is in Detroit, right? I agree, but Tibbs is too stuck in his ways. I agree, Jay. I agree, but that's what I'm saying. Let's trade the kid. But that's what I'm saying. It's something more, Jay. It's something more than that. Just my opinion. There's something going on behind the scenes, and they're not going to release it. They're not going to let it out because it's going to make Tibbs look crazy. But my thing is that if you want to get rid of the kid or move on from him, why haven't they done so? Why? I'm all the way confused. He should have been moved. It's easy. You get a second round. Like, move him. Because we need somebody in there because we need some guy to take over some minutes. Because these guys are going to be running into the wheels fall off. Guys get tired. Throw those guys in. Right. If they foul out, so what? Agreed. Facts. Why is he playing Fourier over Cam? Especially when he plays defense and can give up a Tim, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying there's something else going on. Why that kid's not playing. And I guarantee you, I'm telling you right now, if guys on here have played ball, they've been on the team, you've been in the locker rooms. Hey, Steph, what's going on? How you doing? I appreciate you coming by, Steph. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thank you for coming by. Would you rather trade for Zach LaVine or OG Anunoby? Oh, man. Whew. Zach LaVine, no. I'm going to touch on that, Steph, in a second. Steph, appreciate you coming by. I'm going to get on that in a second. Jay, great. Well, I agree. Cam was never his guy. He was never his guy. So, once again, I'm going to go back to what I was saying. If anybody's ever played ball here, ever been in, I don't care if you've been in middle school teams, whatever. You have practices. No one's around. It's just a team. Sometimes you always have one guy that sucks his teeth at the coach. If coach says run another suicide, some guy's complaining, right? So is one cat. That's always saying, come on, man. Coach says run the steps. So it's just talking, y'all got to run the steps some more. You like, yo, shut up, man. Stop talking back to the coach, right? It's always that one guy, right? We all have been there. I don't know if Cam's that guy. And I don't know if in practice, he's kind of like loafing around, kind of throwing his head up like, yo, come on, man, right? I don't know if he's doing that. We don't know what to see. So, and then Tibbs is like, okay, you want to like show me up in front of the team, whatever's going on. Now, once again, this is all alleged. Speculation. I want to say that. But there's something going on to why this kid's not playing. And you're playing Fourier over him, like Tim said. There's something going on. Period. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if anyone's trying to make it seem like there's something going on. If Draymond Green can knock Poole out the next week, Tibbs definitely has a problem with Cam. Absolutely. Well, Draymond, how many rings they got over there? They got about 3, 4? They got about 4 rings, right? They got 4 rings over there now. Yo, man, when you get 4 rings, man, you can... Remember, Jordan was punching people in the face, man. So you can get away with a murder over there. Them guys, when you win. You do know, as your audience grows, it's going to be difficult to read all the comments. Jay Dragon, I agree, man. I agree. Yeah, I just like to respond to you guys, man, because I want you guys to be involved in this. I love what you guys are saying. I try to do the best I can, but I do agree with you, Jay Dragon. It can be difficult, but I do appreciate you guys. Once again, I appreciate you guys coming by, man, talking basketball with me, man. I do. So that's why I try to let you guys in. I'll try to answer your statements that you type, man, because it's truly, truly appreciated, right? You need a very good look. Oh, word. Yeah, good assistant, right? Nah, you got me stuttering, man. I don't know. I gotta see about that. Jay Supreme, he definitely did something that rubbed Tibbs the wrong way. Absolutely, absolutely, he did. I'm telling you, he did. I'm telling you. I wouldn't trade for Levine, not for we need. I'd rather them go for SGA. Okay, see, okay, go. Okay, we'll touch on that. Speaking of hot assistants, what you should bring it up, man. Okay, so, yo, man. Portis broke fellow teammates' jaws too. Oh, real word? Portis. You talking about over there in Milwaukee? Man, child, what Portis you talking about? He broke someone's jaw in Chicago. Yep, they sent the dude to Orlando. Some other Knicks are so overcrowded, it's a clutters. Yeah, it is. Vujicic, I think. Word. Yeah, that's how I be in them locker rooms, man. Don't listen. I done been in I done been in a couple of locker room fights, man. It ain't really get to blows. You get to pushing and stuff like that because dudes don't pass the ball. You know how it is. It gets crazy back there. Okay, so look, so all right, so Levine, yeah, man, I'm not touching Zach Levine. I'm not. 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 Jay said broke his jaw, son. uh, I'm not touching Zach Levine. He's making too much money. Plus, Chicago hasn't made it clear that he's available or not, right? So, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? If there's circulation out there that there's been talks of Zach Levine and Chicago possibly letting go of that contract, but there's no way. His knees are shot. Okay, he's a big shot guy, right? So we already got guys that make shots. We got RJ, we got Randall, and we got, of course, Brunson. Where's Levine fit into that? And his contract is huge. I think what is he making, man? He's making something crazy. I think he's making like 50 million, something crazy, like this year, something crazy. He's making. If anybody can look it up, tell me. But yeah, OG Anobi, that's big because he's good defensively. He kind of fell off a bit this year, but he's good as far as production wise. He can guard the wing. He can guard a two. He can guard a one. He can guard a three. He can guard a four. He's a very athletic wing. Um, but I know Toronto's going to want a lot for him. They're going to probably overprice for him because they know his upside. He may not be gelling well over there in Toronto with Siakam and Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes kind of come in there, kind of knocked him off a bit. Remember, Scotty Barnes got Rookie of the Year last year. So Scotty Barnes is big. He's about 6'8", 6'9". He's long. He's athletic. So that's throwing OG Anobi off, I think. It's all about chemistry, man, and what works for your team. So I think in Toronto, that's why they're looking to possibly move him, but they're going to want a lot in return for him because his upside is pretty good. He's a really good player for them. So we got to see. Okay, Atlantic. I personally believe that Devin Booker will become available if the Suns keep spinning out of control. Devin Booker. Okay. Would you give up Grimes? It's to everybody out there. Would you give up Grimes, picks, IQ, and Obi for Devin Booker? Because they're gonna want everything for him. Are you willing to give it that? I'm gonna say it again. Are you willing to give up Grimes, IQ, Obi, and picks for Devin Booker? Jay Dragon said no. I wouldn't give up Grimes, but I'd give up RJ. Remember, RJ's got the poison pill, so we might have to wait for that. I say they can't. I say that as an RJ fan. Now, listen, I love RJ, man. I love RJ. Phil Jackson wanted to keep KP for Booker back then. Yeah, man. Phil was, man. I don't know what's going on with Phil, man. And I love Grimes and IQ, but you ain't got show. Listen, man. Devin Booker, IQ, Obi, and Grimes and picks. Because they're gonna want that for Devin Booker. See, I'm thinking, right? See, I'm thinking? I might have to do it, man. I might have to, man. How old is Devin Booker? Let's look it up. Everybody look it up. Let's look it up. Let's see who gets to it faster. How old is Devin Booker? Let's see who gets to it faster. Devin Booker, right? I think I got it. He's 26. He's older than what I thought. Man, child, I beat you to a punch, man. He's 26. How old is Donovan Mitchell? 25? I think Randall's 28. Right? How old is Donovan Mitchell? Donovan Mitchell's 26 also. How old is Randall? I think Randall's 28. Randall's 28. You're getting a guy in the prime of his career, man. But he's a lot older than what I thought. I thought he was like 24 or something like that. CAA Mafia agreed. Dude is still young in his prime, a bona fide star. Yeah, right? Yeah, we got to do it, man. We got to do it. 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 Listen, we got to do it. We got to make the move. Sorry. We got we got we got to do it. I'm doing it. I'm pressing the button. I'm pressing the button of the alien ray that comes down and shoots up everything. I'm just gonna press it. Boop. Let's do it. Blow up everything and say, let's go get him. Man, child, keep on drafting. We might strike gold. Man, I feel you, man. I like that. But what this front office has showed is that they're not good at striking gold. They're just not. I don't know, man. Their draft decisions just aren't the best. I know, man. It might strike gold, right? It might. Yeah, man. But you guys like mights or you like definites? I don't know about you. I like definites. I don't do too well with grades. Devin Booker, man. But here's the thing. Guys. Here's the thing. You're not gonna give up all your picks. How many picks you give up? If you give up Obi, Grimes, and IQ, how many picks do you give up? How many picks do you give up for Devin Booker with that? How many picks? Because remember, Knicks got like 8 first-round picks. How many picks you giving up? At least 3. Tim said at least 3. 3 unprotected. And all the 4 picks we have. Yo, Atlantic, I agree. Right. I feel you, Dragon. I feel you. 3 picks, 3 unprotected. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Now, we still have picks, right? So you got to say to yourself, all right, so now we got to get guys for the bench. We got to go to free agency. We got to get some guys who are going to fill up the bench. Because Grimes is going, that's our shooting guard. Booker's going to have to be there, right? So now you got Booker, you got Brunson, you got Big Mitch, you got Randall, you got RJ. Starting 5. What are we doing? No defense. Okay? No defensive stopper. Are the Knicks top 3 in the East? Top 4 in the East, Jay. Top 4. I say top 3. Because you got a guy now that can get a shot, man. You pair him up with Brunson. Oh man, that's yo man, that's disgusting in the backcourt, right? That's New York City all day. Imagine Brunson popping up at the Rucker, popping up at Dykeman, dropping 50 on dudes. City will be on fire. You hear me? Devin Booker coming in, chilling. I remember I was at the Rucker. True story. Story time again. I was at the Rucker when Steve Francis came. Francis was the franchise. He was the man. He had the white bandana on. If you look it up on YouTube, you see it. He had the white bandana on. I was there that day. I was there. He was playing a Skip to My Low. He had the black jersey on with the black shorts. I was there that day. And I missed the day. I was supposed to go to the park that day when Kobe came. When Kobe came and they called him Lord of the Rings. That's when he got the name. Rest in peace to the Mamba. They gave him the name Lord of the Rings that day. I didn't go. My man went. He said, yo, Kobe came. I said, you lying. I was supposed to go that day. But I don't know, man. I think I slid off with a shorty or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean? So I don't know what happened that day. But I missed it that day. But yo, it ain't nothing like it. It's nothing like it, man. When the stars in this city, nothing like it. I like Trey Murphy if we trade for him. Let's trade. Trey Murphy's out of what? Virginia, right? Milwaukee and Boston are better, but Brooklyn is not. Definitely top 5 at least, right? I like the trade for Josh Richardson if that trade happens. Oh man, sorry. Yeah, sorry to have Jeff Beck, huh? Wow. Sorry to hear that, man. Gotta rest in peace for that. It's been crazy, man. Yeah, definitely had to hear that, Atlantic. You're right, man. Crazy. Crazy times, man. Crazy times. Crazy times today. You gotta appreciate and love who you got next to you, man. Crazy times this year. It's weird. Weird times, man. Just be close to who you love and pull them close, man. But Ingram for the Pelicans would be a good look for this team. You know what? I like Ingram. He's long, he's athletic. He's also like injury prone, man. He also has problems with injuries and stuff. Remember, he's kind of a thin guy. He reminds me of reminds me of KD a little bit. He just does his game just ain't water like that. KD. I'm saying KD is 7 feet, man. So Ingram's kind of got the same build, kind of got the same Slim Reaper type of glide to him when he plays. He just ain't got what Durant has, man. Durant is cold blooded with it, man. He just is. So, guys, the question is this, right? Yeah, he's always a problem. So, guys, what do we do, guys? What do we do? We already talked. Tibbs isn't going anywhere. Tibbs isn't going anywhere. So, what do we do? As far as minutes go, how do we play it? What's the first thing we do? I want to hear from you guys because I know what we should do, but I want to hear from you guys. Yeah, man, Chad, absolutely, man. They are. So that's the thing, man. We got to get guys that are healthy. We can't guys that are falling over already, man. At 70, I've lost a lot of people I knew. The Knicks have to win a chip before I leave, whatever it takes. Agreed, man. Agreed, Jay Dragon. That's what we're trying to do, man. Trying to do it. God bless you, too. 70 years old, man. That's beautiful. Beautiful to have lived this long, man. God bless you on that, man. Definitely. Definitely. Atlantic, got to trade the bad contracts. Okay. All right, man, child. We'll put paper bags on our heads. What does the paper bag say? Bums? What do they say? It's over? What do we say? But seriously, guys, what do we do? What do we do? Yeah, the league is injury report, man. They're not the guys today, man. They're not built like how they once were, man. You know, these guys, they get a sprained ankle, man. They're out for like a month. It says fire tips. Ooh, you got to get it on Celebrity Row, man. You got to get it out there. You got to get like 10 of them on Celebrity Row. Fire tips on the bags. Oh, I like that. Everybody's saying that. All right. The first thing we got to do is we got to get rid of Fourier and we got to get rid of Grimes. I mean, not Grimes. Excuse me. We got to get rid of Reddish and also Rose. He's got to go. We got to get rid of those three and get back at least two players who can play. Period. That's going to give us. I don't care if it's Jay Crowder. I don't care if it's OG Anunoby. I don't care if it's Malik Beasley. He's another good one out there in Utah. I like him. He can make shots. I don't care who we get, but we got to get guys in here that's going to give solid minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. You got to do that because then it's going to help out because then you pair them up with IQ, right? Coming off the bench, so at least 4 to 5 guys. You still got Obi there, right? Still have IQ. So if you get 2 more guys that you get in a trade who are solid contributors to come off the bench and give us solid minutes. Now, I also think that the most important thing we got to do is we have to figure out what they're going to do with this whole iHeart and Sims thing. To me, Sims has got to be playing over him. But that's a coach decision. Once again, right? It's his choices. He's got to make that choice because you got to say to yourself, listen, man, I got to go with a young, active kid who's on the upside, right? He's a lot better than what he was last year. So that tells you he's getting confident and getting better with the NBA game. His game is slowing down for him. I need a guy in there that's athletic, that can block shots, that can rebound, and is strong in his base, right? That's what I would love to. That's what I would think the Knicks should do. And then in that, now you could possibly get some type of rhythm as far as if guys go down. Because let's say RJ goes down and he sprains an ankle. If you have a guy like Malik Beasley, you could put him into the starting lineup. You still have IQ come off the bench because we got to have somebody that's going to spell Brunson and give him some minutes, right? Because then you could possibly have a guy like Obi coming on for Randall, and then you could have a guy like Jay Crowder coming in for Grimes or something like that, right? Then of course you have Sims coming in for Big Mitch. Then to me, that's a solid unit that can hold it together while these guys get some rest. To me, that is the key. And Tibbs has got to give those guys solid minutes to where the team is able to pretty much function and we're ready for the late game push. So we're still up by 7. Guys have enough left in their tank. They rejuvenated. They ate their bananas and ate their oranges on the bench. Get that potassium and that energy. Now we're ready to glow and close out the game. And Brunson can be the closer they can be, and then Randall could be what he is, right? Then now bang bang boogie. We're good to go. Malik is a bucket off the bench. He is Atlantic. I'm telling you, I've been watching Malik Beasley play for a minute. Did you mention the dude on Oklahoma? I think of his name in a moment. Okay. Oh, you talking about SGA, man? Yeah, they're not letting him go at all. At all. At all. He's 6'6", man. He's 6. You don't realize how big he is. He's 6'6". He does whatever he wants on the court. Whatever. Ain't nobody could check him one-on-one. He scorched the Knicks twice already. He dropped over 30 easily. They put Grimes on him. He was using Grimes, man. Using him like a cheap suit. How the hell can he play Frankenstein over Sims? I just don't get it. I like Aha, but he isn't a Tibbs guy. Yeah, man, a lot of these guys aren't Tibbs guys, Atlantic. They're not. If he isn't a Tibbs guy, where does that leave Sims? Agreed. We picked Knox over SGA. I know, man. Let's not even start with Tibbs. That's why I'm saying earlier we were saying we got a chance to strike gold, right? Their picks have shown that they're not really smart in that aspect, right? So I would love to get SGA. Love to get him. There's no way. There's no way. Let's bring Frank back. Nah, man, Frank got to stay in Dallas. Man. I don't want to see anything else with Frank. That's nothing else with Frank. Man. So I can't. I know what we did, man, child. That's what I'm saying. That's come on, man. That's I just had a moment right there, man. Frank. And remember that was the whole thing, right? With Frank could come in, he could run the triangle. Remember that? Remember the talks of that? I was like, what? Who is this guy from France? It's like, oh man. Yeah, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Ah, Tim, if Clippers don't get it together and win a chip, I don't think Tim. I don't think those guys are going anywhere, man. Remember, those guys are LA guys, man. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, they're from LA, man. They're from over there, so they're not. That's why they went there. They went there to go back home to end out their career. Kawhi Leonard, I thought, was supposed to be with the Lakers. I mean, I remember Magic Johnson stating that's what he was trying to do, get Kawhi over there with LeBron. But that didn't work out because I think Magic left or something like that. Um, so yeah, those guys aren't leaving the Clippers. I think they're happy being home and they're happy playing with each other. Um, I think honestly, like with Kawhi, because he's mentioned it, he's coasting, man. He's waiting for the playoffs. That's what he's waiting for. He's won already a couple championships, so he's waiting to get to the playoffs to really kind of make a push, and then you're gonna probably see a better Kawhi Leonard. Remember, he's still coming back from that ACL, man. So, you know, we are heading in the right direction, man. Chad, I think so, man. I just think we got to get rid of certain things. To me, I think you got to get rid of the coach, but that's not going to happen. We touched on that, but we got to get these guys off the bench. We got to trade these guys because he's not playing. So we got to get guys in that's going to play. It's a drag. Uh, so to me, that's what has to happen, man. We got to kind of get those guys in, um, who's going to be able to really give these guys because you need a push, man. You need a push at the end of the season. That's what you need in order to really, truly um, be able to make an impact in the playoffs. Are the Knicks winning a championship? No, they are not. Okay, let's be clear. Can they make a push and get into the second round? That's a possibility. I think we can. I think we can because I think Jalen Brunson is the X factor. I think he knows how to win games. The problem comes is the production from other guys. You know Randall's going to be consistent. If Randall is in his right mindset and he's not tired, Randall's tough. He could do it. RJ, we still got to see. To me, the X factor of it all, to me, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, please. I think it's Quentin Grimes. If Grimes can give you anywhere between 15 to 20 points a night, if he's averaging 16 or 17, the Knicks are a dangerous out. Because now you got a guy that's producing at a high clip. Because you know RJ is going to get his 19 to 21 just because of the shots he puts up. Brunson's going to get you anywhere between 20 and 25. Randall's going to get you anywhere between 23 and 27. So now you got a shooting guard who can really knock it down from the outside and who's a solid contributor. He could put the ball in the hole. That's the key. That to me is where Grimes is really the X factor. Mitch is solid in that middle. He just got to stop getting dumb fouls, but he's solid in that Baja. I love him in the middle. He's great at getting rebounds, all that stuff, right? He's a prototypical big man. But Grimes is the X factor. He's got to be more consistent with that. To me, if you notice, guys, today I didn't really touch on Deuce. Deuce to me is about to go back down to the G League, man. I like him. I like him defensively. But in this league, today's NBA, you got to be able to play both sides of the court. You got to be able to score and you got to defend. If you're not the guy. So you got to be able to put the ball in the basket. He's having a very, very hard time scoring. And I mean, they guys are leaving him wide open, man. He's got wide open jump shots. Back in the day, I knocked that down with eat. Bang. Oh, you gonna give me that? Oh, bang, you bugging. You staying off me? Okay, boom. He can't knock them down, man. 15 footers. Now, he might have a game where he might get a couple of threes, but it's got to be consistent, man. The good players are consistent. Perfect example. You see a guy like DeMar DeRozan, anywhere 15 feet, you give it, that's money. Money in the bank. You give him that, right? You got to have that in this league, and Deuce doesn't have that. He doesn't. I've watched him enough. But you know what? This league will tell the truth on a lot of guys. A lot of guys can't really play basketball, and the league will show it. Because 82 games, guys, you got to bring it every day, every night, right? Knicks just had Halliburton last night, right? Now they got Bradley Beal, right? So every night you gotta bring it. You there's no off nights in this league, none. So that's why the league will tell the truth on you about your game. If you've been working on it, and if you're that type of player, the league will tell on you, man. Period. And I think that's what's happening to Grimes. What's happening to Deuce. Deuce is coming back down to earth. He's playing great defensively, but that's not enough in the league, man. You got to be able to score the ball, period. Because they're leaving him wide open. He can't knock down jump shots, guys. And he's what, 6'2", 6'1", 6'2"? He's got to be able to knock down that jumper. If he can't knock down that jumper, he's finished, period. Man, I get nervous when Randall has the ball in crunch time. I do too, but that's why he don't have it in crunch time. It's Brunson's time, right? You've been noticing that, right? Who's the closer? It's Brunson. Randall give it up quick. He give it up quick, and Brunson gets busy. Deuce has got to start knocking down those shots. Jay, I agree, man. That's what I'm saying. He's got to. Deuce will be fine if his shots will be dropping right. But man, listen, he's had more than enough opportunities, man. Like, how much longer can we wait? We got to win games because that's what's happening. They're bringing Brunson in so quick because Deuce ain't doing nothing, and then he's missing, and then they'll come down and score. And before you know it, the 12-point lead is down to 4. So Brunson got to come back in. Jay, he's rushing a shot, and I think he's nervous because Tibbs pulls him quick instead of letting him play through it. No, Tibbs has been letting him play through it, man. Look at that West Coast trip. He's been letting him play through it. But you got to produce, man. You got to. The league is all about consistency. That's what keeps you in the league forever. Period. You got to be consistent, and you got to be consistent in your craft. His craft is defense, cool. But when the opportunity comes for him to knock down shots, he's got to knock them down. That's what's going to keep him in the lineup. The league is ill, man. Like you gotta know your role because there's only one basketball. I don't care what you did in college. I don't care what you did in high school. I don't care what you did overseas. I don't care what you did in the G League. That don't matter, man. The league is a different beast, and you got to prove it every single night. You don't get no off nights. You got to be consistent, and the great players know how to be consistent and consistent on a high level, which is very, very hard to do in this league. So that's why you see a guy, right? How many times, I want everybody to answer this if you can. How many times have you seen a cat you saw in college or you even saw in summer league ball? You saw him dropping 40. You was like, yo, this kid is nice. He's doing his thing. He getting a league and is averaging no points. He can't get a shot up. He can't even get by a defender. The league is different, man. The league is different. It's the best league in the world, man, for a reason. So, I don't think he's nervous. I think it's just the NBA, man. It's just a different type of ball game, and you got to knock down shots and defend. So, like I said, it's the truth teller, man. It tells the truth on a lot of people. So, I think that's what's going on here. Yeah, man. Child, man, we draft Jordan Hill over. Yeah, man, us. Jay Dragon agreed. I played on stage my whole life, and you got to. Yes, you have to. And Jay Dragon, you got to understand too. When them lights is on, right? Them lights is bright, man. They feel like you got like hot lava on your face, right? When you got them bright lights on you and everybody's watching, that's a lot of pressure, man. Some people, and that's why you love Brunson. Some people handle pressure. Their heart beats fast, like 1,000 miles per hour. somebody's heart beats slow. Boom, 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 boom. They calm. It don't matter. They could be shooting in the gym by themselves, or they could be playing in the NBA Finals. Their game travels. It doesn't matter. That's what the great player does. You got to be able to have your game travel. Your game's got to travel. It's got to stay with you. It's got to be the same game. And that's what the great players can do. They know how to. It don't matter where they're at, man. The game is the same. Perfect example, like I talked about Kobe. See, Kobe was at the Rucker. He was doing the same thing he does in the NBA. He was coming down to school and dudes. Like he was in the league. So the game travels. But I've seen guys who come into the Rucker from the league and get torched. They get smoked by them cats out there because their game don't travel. I agree, but then I don't because I think Tibbs gave Deuce a lot of opportunities to not look over his shoulder and play through. He's just not being consistent. Jay, I agree, man. But you got to think of when we're in tough spots in the game. Do you trust Deuce to take the shot? And we're getting to the point now, Jay, where it's starting to become the playoff. We're getting to that playoff push. Right after the All-Star game is that push. Then everybody gonna be playing. You do you trust him in those minutes, like to make shots and make smart choices with the pill? I don't know, man. I don't know. He's like shaky. Atlantic in the NBA, you got to be good at both scoring the rock, and defending are extremely good at one or the other. Agreed. I thrived under pressure. I love the audience. Of course, Jay Dragon. You gotta love it. You gotta love the pressure. The great ones do. They that's what you live for. Because Jay Dragon, listen, it's the greatest feeling in the world because I love the pressure. You practice all week, and for you, you're a musician. You practice weeks, months for this moment. So now it's nothing nervous. Now you're shaking, but the shake is not scared. It's like I want to get ready to go out there and show people what I've been working on. That's a different type of guy than a guy that's nervous is afraid he's gonna mess up. A cat that knows he's prepared, he's ready to go out there. He's itching, biting at the bit to get out on stage to perform. He's not nervous because he knows he's ready. Yeah, Brunson does got that dog in him. All right, let me see what Tim said. What do you think about Knicks going after Coach Pop from the Spurs? We know Dolan loves spending money and he loves Brunson's game. Yeah, Pop's not leaving anywhere, man. The Spurs, he runs things over there, man. He's like he runs it all. I think he's like the GM too, right? Isn't he a GM over there? He's the coach and the GM. Isn't it something like that with Pop? They gave him the keys, man. He does what he wants. He's like the owner, the GM. He's everything. He's not gonna give up that type of power. And he's won already. He's got rings. There's no reason for him to leave. Why is the home court such an advantage in basketball as opposed to MLB and the NFL? Maybe because the audience is right on top of you. Well, because hoops is different, man. Hoops is different. You know what I mean? Like I played football too in high school and college, so I play both. So football, you got the helmet on, right? So you kind of like are in your own world. It's like a tunnel. It's like tunnel vision, like with football. But with hoops, you don't have nothing protecting you. It's just you out there. So you hear everything. The crowd is like literally like right on top of you. Whereas in baseball and football, you have the sidelines and the stands are further back from the field. So it's different, right? It's still loud, but it's different. The league, and it was the same thing in high school as it was in college for me. The fans are right on top of you. You suck, you're trash. Your mom is fat. You know what I mean? Crazy things. So you got to be able to deal with that in game. You know what I mean? So it's a different type of pressure. Let me see what I got here. Okay. Right, G Dragon. No, I don't trust Deuce. Yeah, I know, man. Deuce is, yeah. At the minute, no, I do not trust Deuce to hit the shot. I don't think. Right, I agree. Here come. Yeah, I mean, Tibbs gonna yell at guys. I mean, that's what Tibbs does, man. He's old school, man. But you gotta be able to handle that, though. You gotta be able to shake that off. Guys get yelled at all the time. Yeah, I mean, Tibbs is crazy with the minutes, Jay. I agree with that. He's like all over the place with that. In New York, with the light shine the brightest, the players will, with the dog, will become immortalized in the city. Look at Jeter, look at Posada, look at man. Ooh, Atlantic, you're right on it. It's the concrete jungle, man. There's no place like it. Chew you up, swallow you, and spit you out, man. That's how it is here. Period. End of story. Period. End of story. Yeah, it is Atlantic. You're like, but you know what's crazy? I love it. I love that it's like that. I love it because it brings the best out of you. Because you went here, there's no place like it in the world. They'll remember you forever, man. You're like, it's like you're immortal, man. You'll be alive forever. Everybody gonna be like, yo, remember back in such and such? You get a free pizza in this town forever. Yeah, my audio went out for a second. Tim, I think Tim, I think he would consider it, especially when he wants to win another chip. The Knicks is closer to that than the Spurs. Yeah, I know, Tim, man, but why would he want to leave a place that he built pretty much to become a perennial power in the West and in the league? And he pretty much he's like the man over there. Like, why would you? Because he's won everything. So why would you up and leave the comfort of some place where you basically are? You know, he's like a god in San Antonio, man. Why would he do that to come to the city? Mm, the city's different, man. The city's different. The city's not for everybody. Okay, let's be clear. I want people to come here, but they ain't for everybody. Some people come over that bridge or they come through that tunnel and they say, "Oh man, I want to go back to the plane." They get scared. That's just the truth, man. Grown men. I'm telling you, they get scared. Man, child, I miss MSG, man. Yeah, Garden looks nice too, man. Looks better. I don't know if you've been to it recently, but it looks nice. Yeah, Durant, man. Durant, yeah, Durant. That's what he did, man. Well, Durant was. I don't think Durant. I think he would have came to New York. I think he just followed Kyrie. Wherever Kyrie was going, he said that's where he's going. I think him and Kyrie made an agreement. You know what I mean? I think Kyrie didn't want to play for the Knicks. So, KD just said, all right, I'll go with you to, because he likes playing with a guard like that. Playing with a guard. Remember, he's always played with good guards. Remember, he played with a guard, played with a good guard in OKC. Yeah, Westbrook. When Westbrook was in his prime. Then from that, he went over to Steph Curry. Steph Curry was in his prime. So now he wants to have the same type of chemistry. So that's why he went to Brooklyn, because he got Kyrie. Kyrie's just like Steph. There you go. Well, if you're confident in what's going on, man, the audience will follow suit. G Dragon, the audience will follow suit, especially if it's good music. Money. If Dolan can offer him 30, oh, man, I don't think it's about money with at Pop's age, man. He's in his 70s. I don't think it's about money with this guy anymore. At that age, how much? Come on, man. You know how rich he is. I don't think that's. Sometimes you get to the point it's not about money, man. It's about happiness. Tim, I'm gonna give you a statement that LeBron said, which was fabulous. Pay attention to this, Tim. LeBron said when they asked him about contracts and money, he said, "Listen, man, once you made a certain amount of money, certain things is no different. Like a guy that's making 170 million, that's no different than making 100 million. Because I can get the same things with 100 million as the guy can get with 170 million. The Lamborghini doesn't cost more because I'm making it's the same price. $3 million house is the same price if, for 100 million or 170. It's the same. So your lifestyle doesn't change. So when you're used to getting a certain amount of money and you have that lifestyle, it doesn't really matter, man. Those millions, they look differently now because you're used to having it. So yeah, but your lifestyle doesn't change, man. It's all the same. So Pops, they can offer Pops 50 million. It doesn't matter. He might have 300 million in the bank, man. You know what I'm saying? So what's 30 million to him? He's in his 70s. He wants comfortability and be able to go to you know what I mean? So he's 70 years old, man. So he's not a kid that's like 20 years old, has never seen that before. Yeah, he didn't want to. Yeah, the pressure's tough in the city. You know that, man. Child Durant would have joined the Knicks if he didn't get that gruesome injury. Oh, with the Achilles? Nah, man. I think I don't know, man. I mean, I think that I think he just follow Kyrie. I mean, that's just my opinion on that. Jay Dragon. I only attended one NBA game in my life in Denver. Danny Shades, Clyde Drexler, etc. Wow. You gotta get to a game, man. You gotta get to a game. I don't know what city you're in, but you gotta get to a game. You gotta get to a game. It's electric in there when it's right. You gotta get to a game. He's too old. Why would he want to leave there and come to a rebuilding project? Yeah, man. He's not. He's not. Listen, he's not going anywhere. Pop is not going anywhere, man. He runs things over there. Oh wow, wow. We gotta try to schedule something, Jay. Try to schedule something and get out to one game, man. He follows someone who thinks the world is flat. Yeah, man, child. Yeah, man. Kyrie's a very interesting cat. He is. I know a couple of people who know him because you remember, Kyrie's from Jersey, man. He's from right over the river. So I know a couple of people who knew him and kind of grew up with him. He's a funny kid. Tim, so what would you like to see them go after once Tim's? Hey, listen, Tim. I think they should give Johnny Bryan a try. Um, you gotta look at all the young teams in today's time, right? Look at the coach over there at Memphis. I forget his name, but he's a young guy, right? He wasn't really it's his first opportunity. Look how well he's doing with Memphis. Um, you got to give a lot of these young guys an opportunity, right? You have to and kind of see what they do. Uh, you got to do that because the league is changing, man. So a lot of these old guys, like you see that Frank Vogel, he won over there with the Lakers. Like he can't really go any other place. Like he can, but I mean, Rick Carlisle. This is his second time back in Indiana. He's got relationships there, so that's why he's there. But he's changed his coaching style too. Um, I forget the guy down there in Miami, but he's young too. He's still young, even though he was there with LeBron. He's a young coach, so you got to get younger. That's the thing. You got to get younger. You got to give a lot of young coaches an opportunity because they know the language that these kids speak. You got to be able to speak to them and be able to get them to buy in to what it is that you're building and what it is that you're doing. And then you'll be able to attract free agents, guys that want to come play with you. There's a lot of guys that don't want to come play for Tibbs, man. Tibbs' reputation is just, it's not good in the league. Yeah, man. Jay, you can go to Memphis, go see John Morant. Morant's tough, man. John Morant's tough. He's tough. Knicks had them a couple of times. Knicks could have beat them both times. They got a good squad over there in Memphis, man. Young guys too. Young guys. Young guys, man. Young guys that they drafted. They drafted all those kids. Man, child. Woodson was my choice, but Leon decides to hire his friend. Remember, guys, Let's be real, right? Woodson is the reason why the Knicks made it to the playoffs that year. Remember, he was the offensive guy behind Tibbs. He was the offensive mind. He knew how to win with those guys. See, I wasn't Tibbs. Once Woodson left and went to Indiana, then you saw the downfall last season. Let me go back. Woodson was on that bench, helping Tibbs and helping that's why Randall had the year he had. So you got to realize like what was in place. Tibbs is not doing what you think. It's just relationships, man. Those guys on that bench know what they're doing. They're the ones talking to the players. They're the ones getting through those guys. Once Woodson left, look what happened last year. And now he's got Johnny Bryant right next to him, who's a voice there, and a lot of those young players respect and like. That's what's helping the team. This is not rocket science, man. This is easy. What do you think about? I love Spoelstra. What do you think about Coach Spoelstra from the Heat? I think he would be one to take the challenge of Mr. Million. But yeah, I like Spoelstra, but Spoelstra's a Riley guy, man. That's Pat's boy. Remember, Pat was coaching the Heat first. He gave Spoelstra the opportunity to go down there and coach LeBron and those guys. Remember, Pat was going to come down and coach him, but he gave Spoelstra said, "Nah, you can do it." That's his boy, man. He's not. Oh, and then also, too, you guys, you got to think, right, Tim? Who's leaving Miami to come to New York, especially if the Heat are good? Pat the Rat left us to go to Miami. The weather's beautiful down there, man. It's nice ladies walking around. I think it's low taxes. As soon as I said, I just hear the Will Smith song in my head. I just hear it in my head. All right, Jay Dragon, man. If you got to hit the hay, man, I appreciate you coming by. I truly, truly, truly do. God bless you, man. You're 70 years old. You're playing. You're a musician, man. God has blessed you, man. Keep on going. Keep on doing what you're doing. If you got to hit the hay, that's cool, man. I just appreciate you coming by. Continue to come by, man. I have a couple more shows coming on soon. I'll probably have a wrap-up show probably Saturday in regards to the game tomorrow. And then I gotta get ready, man. Big Blue is playing Sunday, so I'm gonna be locked in, man. Locked in to the Big Blue. But appreciate you coming by. I really, really, truly do. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah. I saw that, man. Child. That's right. Yeah, Atlantic. That's right, man. Let's go. Let's go. You guys get me on Giants talk, man. I got. I'm gonna do that show later. Spoelstra and yeah, man. Yo, man, child. I saw that, man. These guys are crazy. Yo, he threw the massage gun on the court. What's wrong with these guys, man? These guys getting all sensitive, man. Just because you're not that good. You're a role player. Oh, please give us the link. Everybody, J Dragon's giving us a link, man, to some of his music. I'll definitely go by and subscribe, man. Definitely will do that. Please hit us with the link, sir. I'll definitely go down and subscribe and check out some of your music, man. That looks really, really cool. I definitely would love to hear some of your stuff. So please post the link. Tim, man, I can't do it, man. You're trying to bait me to talk about my G, man. I can't. I know football is my sport, man. That was my first love. First love before hoops. But growing up in New York City, man, you got to play hoops. But my first love is football. First love is football. Then moved out of the city, played football up there, did my thing and with college and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, football was my first love, man. Football was my first love. And then just growing up in New York City, ain't no football fields, man. You gotta learn how to play hoops. That's how you get your game up, man. You get your rep up. You gotta play hoops. My pops play hoops. You know what I mean? That's how I learned the game from my dad. So That's how to get my skills right. No need to subscribe. It's all no. Please put the link, sir. Please put the link. We want to subscribe, man. No need to subscribe. It's all what one would call classic rock. It's that's great. I mean, I love all types of music, J Dragon. So please leave the link. I would definitely love to come by your channel, man. If is it your music you're playing? Because you said you're a musician. I definitely would love to hear some of your stuff, man. Definitely would love to. Come on, man. Man, child, don't do that. Come on, ain't no Mets over here, man. Leave them cats and queens. Yankees all day, man. Yankees be back. Yankees be back. See, I know my Yankee stuff too, man. Kid from Jersey. Kid from Jersey's coming up to Yankees this year. He's gonna have a chance at spring training. Anthony Volpe. Watch out for him. Shortstop. We might move him to second. I don't know what they're gonna do with Gleyber Torres, but they say he might need another year of AAA ball, but yeah, he's a top prospect. He's a top prospect in the Yankee farm system. So we got to see what he does. He's going to be, man. He might be the second coming of Jeter. Anthony Volpe. You heard it here first. Went to Del Barton. He went to Del Barton High School out here in Jersey, private school. Um, Hell of a baseball player. Really, really good. The Yankees snatched him up in the first round. He didn't even go to college. He went straight to the league. Yeah. Pay attention, guys. Anthony Volpe. Heard it from LB Live first. Absolutely, Tim. I absolutely plan on doing that. To where I get a panel. Definitely have some guys come on. I'm definitely gonna have it to where you guys call in. I'm definitely gonna have that. Just setting up the technical stuff. You know what I mean? Just doing that, getting people and getting StreamYard going and stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna do that soon, so you guys could call in. I'm just trying to get more people in here. But my numbers are getting up, so that's great to see. But yeah, so. But listen, guys, let me get out of here. All right, I'm about to get up, get some sleep. I appreciate you guys coming by. Please come back again. Please do. I'm truly, truly appreciative. Trust me. It's only 6, 7, 8 of y'all, 10 of y'all at a time, but I don't care, man. I appreciate it. Some people got 200,000 people. That's great. I'm going to get there, but I love talking to you guys, man. And I appreciate you guys coming through. I truly, truly do. I'm definitely going to come back on Saturday, possibly early, so we can talk about the game and really kind of chop it up about how we played tomorrow, man. We got the Wizards, so hopefully we can pull that out. Bradley Beal and KP. So we'll see how that goes. All right, but I appreciate you guys coming through. I'm LB Live. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Leave comments if you want. And I'm definitely going to see you guys soon, man. Thank you again. God bless you guys. Have a good night. I'm going to holler at y'all. Let's go, Knicks. I'm out. Peace.